I might say something crazy
Okay, that means it's good radio.
though. Okay, good. I can be myself.
All right, y'all ready?
Get somebody humans out there.
Hey, I'm your girl Evelyn Christine, and this is Troll for Life Radio. It is Women's Motivation Monday. Right now, we are at the Brixton, 901 U Street, getting turned up, and I have the pleasure of sitting next to these two lovely ladies.
Yes, you do.
Yes, I do. Lucky me. Do you want to introduce yourself?
I'm Queen of Feed, the founder of Domestic Balance, Wears Many Tags organization.
Hmm.
So I'm out tonight, just trying to motivate the world
Yeah.
to have this conversation when it comes to domestic violence. And of course, mental health plays a part in that.
So, how did you get into? How did you know that this was your calling? Because it's a little scary
It
to work with
is.
women in these situations. But how did you know you were the person for the job?
Well, I was a victim, of course, and then I was an abuser. So, just going through my bouts and experiences with life, I wanted to find out why was I cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
I need to find out why I'm cuckoo for
So,
Cocoa
girl, don't we all? So, I opted to go to school and just kind of put language behind what I experienced in terms of domestic violence and those many tags that we talk about. We talk about verbal, we talk about emotional, we talk about sexual, we talk about financial, we talk about physical abuse. And guess what? Physical abuse is normally last.
Yeah.
Okay?
And I feel like that's a conversation that we need to have in our
We
communities
do.
as people of color because we're quick to say, well, if a person isn't hitting you, if they're not putting
Yep.
their hands on you,
Yeah.
then it's not abuse.
Very
Then you
good.
should be able to suck it up and be tough and
You're
let
right.
it, So it's good because some of the people have these problems and are going through these things and are being emotionally abused
Hmm.
and don't feel comfortable enough to
You're
say
right.
so.
You're right. I appreciate that. You're right. Verbal abuse is normally the way that the abuser will get the victim and keep the victim.
That's crazy. So, how long have you had your nonprofit?
I've been doing this the last 7 years.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
so I've been in the pound, in the streets, coming to the club, going to the bar, girl, having this conversation,
Yeah.
But it's been good, you know. The way that I like to brand the conversation has been going over really well. It really does feel like a dinner table conversation,
Yeah.
which is very important for us. We need to start talking about the hard topics in our community and getting at that dinner table and chopping up some healthy feelings and emotions as opposed to verbal abuse,
Yeah.
you know.
No, that's absolutely right. So, what's one thing that you've learned since you started this nonprofit about women that have been abused? Do they usually want help, or they usually scared, or how does this normally work out?
It kind of varies. They are a group that really want help and will put forth a great effort to come into the classroom and get that education. And then there's some who's not ready, and I respect them all. But when you come in my area, you need to be sure about what you want to do in pursuing that conversation or that education. I try to bring it to the classroom. I give a classroom feel in terms of it's not like a pamphlet. Can I devise your plan? We're not doing that. We're
Yeah.
doing homework.
Yeah.
We chopping up that language. We really tapping into here and connecting some great dots as it pertains to your story. So that's kind of the way I'm branding the conversation, which makes it a little bit more exciting,
Yeah.
humorous, and you're also learning and breaking that cycle.
Yeah. And I feel like when you're more personable, people are more likely to talk to you
Hmm.
and be truthful as
Yep.
opposed to if someone's handing you a
Right.
pamphlet, you're kind of more
Like,
reserved.
right, right,
Yeah.
right.
So you've been sitting here all
Yes,
quiet
this is Miss Beautiful
with
Believer,
with her
honey.
glitter lipstick on.
I love it
I'm
too.
gonna give me some of that
Can I get
later.
some of that, girl?
So what do you add to the conversation? What do you do to support this nonprofit?
Well, definitely. One, my name is Beautiful Believer. I am a spoken word artist under Domestic Violence with Community Tags organization. This is my big sister here.
Hey, big sis.
Hey,
All
girls.
day, every day. You know what I'm saying? And basically, what I do, I was a victim of all the tags, and basically that's what I do. I go around with my big sister and let people know my story. And touch on any part of my story as far as with the tags that we're discussing for that month or the work on. I let them know what my experience is with that. And another thing is, I'm just here to support. Period. I know how it feels to be a victim, not feeling like you have somebody to talk to. And it wasn't until my sister came into my life that I actually even felt comfortable telling someone about me being kidnapped and raped. When I was 12 years old, molested by a man and a woman. Who told me that they were my birth parents. So she actually helped me bring that story to the forefront because I didn't even want to tell anybody. My parents didn't even know. So I'm just riding all the way with domestic violence with what you say. So, don't get me wrong.
Well,
I'm
thank
glad
you.
for all the domestic violence organizations out there, but it's nothing really like domestic violence with many takes because Queen of Feet keeps it real.
Yeah.
And not only that, she opens up to the point where people feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Like I met her over the telephone. You know what I'm saying? Like not a phone number as far as to an organization like House Roof and stuff, and they are fine and dandy, all good. I've been through that process too. But I got a personal number. Someone gave me her personal number, and she answered the phone as if it was all right. You know what I'm saying? Like she already knew me. So that's what I feel like I bring to the forefront. She helps me to become a better spoken word artist, and just to continue to encourage me to know that I can do it. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't have faith in myself. I didn't believe I was a spoken word artist. I would not have came around here even today. But Queen, when she calls and when she says, you better be there.
We gotta go.
You gotta go.
We got stuck out. So you do poetry. Is
Yes.
the things that you've been through and your struggles with domestic violence and just things we go through in life, is that an inspiration for your poetry?
Definitely. My whole thing about it is whatever I talk about in the midst of my poetry is 100. You know what I'm saying? It's something that I've actually been through. I would feel like a hypocrite speaking on. Is it that? I would feel like a hypocrite.
There she go.
Exactly.
Hey,
I
y'all.
was wondering why
You
I
was
couldn't
wondering-
hear the sister in my ear. Okay.
Come on, Miss Poet.
Yeah, but my thing about it is everything that I touch on is something that I've been through in my life. I would feel like a hypocrite if I try to speak on somebody's experience that I have no idea what the feeling is. What were they actually going through? What was the process for them to get through it? I can only speak about myself and only my process, and I could just really just talk about like the overview, what I see from the outside in. You know what I'm saying? So that's just basically what I talk about and keep it 100. That's what we do. The only way we can go is up. That's what we say. So
She's right.
I feel like that's goals for life. The only place that you can go is up.
yes, always.
That came about. I lost my daughter July 30th, 2016.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Yeah, so I've been out speaking on the conversation and she got shot in her head by her baby father. So I'm out here working the beat, trying to have this conversation, and she was with me in a lot of locations having a conversation and was not able to use that for herself. So I've been just still hitting the ground like I've been doing. And it just came about, we turning tragedy into love. That's what we doing. Everybody has to do that.
Yeah.
It's going to be your tragedy. It'll be her tragedy. Everybody has to learn how to turn it into love. At the end of the
we
day,
can always use more love.
we can. Love will cure you through the tragedy. And then I started saying, ain't nowhere we can go but up from a tragedy. So that's how that came about right there. And then Smile for Smiley is my
Smile
daughter.
for Smiley.
Smile for Smiley. Hey girl, we love you. Yeah.
Get your social media. Do you have a website? Because I'm sure there's a lot of women who, like they said, want to call, and want someone that's warm and inviting and ready to have that real conversation.
Yes.
So where can we go to find you?
Of course, you can go to Facebook, and type in QUEENAFI, all one word. You can reach me there. As well as if you call me, then you better be serious when you call me, because I don't do okie doke. 202-821-8933. You can call me up and, any questions or any, consultation I can help you with. I will try to do that. It's one last thing that I want to touch on, and I forgot what it was. Oh, we help women, men, and teens
Wow.
that are
So
victims
you don't
and
even
abuse.
just help women.
We don't even just help women, okay? We have our Men Hurt Too panel coming up June
'Cause men
16th.
do hurt too.
Men hurt
and
too.
they do
They
not.
fake like they don't, but
They
they
do
do.
They fake
not.
like they do not express their feelings.
Do not. because
and it's a
they
tragedy.
because America does not identify them as victims of domestic violence. So, any guy that you date right about now, you better be really, really leery about the guy. I'm
Yes.
serious.
Stay
I'm not
single.
even playing. I'm dead serious. Like, you better be leery about him, okay?
He looking, but we serious. I'm serious.
I'm serious.
Real serious. We real serious here.
Yeah.
So, do you have any upcoming shows? You're gonna you're gonna rock our stage
Of
tonight.
course.
But
Yes.
for the people who weren't bright enough to come to Women's Motivation Monday,
You
is
know.
there anywhere else they can go to see you perform?
Well, definitely this is my manager. So if you want to see me perform, you book me with Queen of Feet.
Okay. And can we get your social media?
Okay, so my social media on Instagram is beautiful believer, and that's what is it? BELEVA, and then the number 4 EVA. Also on Facebook, you can find me at Beautiful Believer Howard, and my spoken word artist is Beautiful Believer, one word, Space Howard, spoken word artist, and that's where I actually do my Pen My Life.
Oh.
So what that is Monday through Friday. There's different topics like Made It Through Monday, Thankful Tuesday, Word Wednesday,
Very
Tough It Out Thursday, and Freestyle Free Yourself Friday. Basically that's just an area where people can just start getting comfortable writing. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Get in the
wow.
habit of it.
Very
I
good.
throw out topics and stuff, and basically it's a lot about what I go through in life or what I feel like other people are going through.
And how long have you been having these?
I've just basically been doing that for like a month and a half now.
Yeah, you
So
kick
they're
it off.
still new.
Yeah, I kicked it
So
off about a
Truth for
month and a
Life
half.
exclusive. We can get out there early before
Yeah.
everybody find out and they get all extra crowded.
Yes.
You need to come out now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. And
Yeah.
it started off really right down the street at Garnett Patterson.
Okay.
I went
I know where
there
that is.
7th grade, and I was into a poetry club, and we did a poetry slam. We were undefeated, so that's where it really kicked off at. But it really boomed when Queen of Feet came around. When my big sister kicked that
So
thing
this
off.
sounds like the woman that be getting stuff
You
done.
already
This
know.
sounds like a
Yes,
woman that
She's
y'all need to know.
Motivational Monday.
Yes, she
I
is.
do not play.
So before we
all.
get up out of here, and we have Queen of Fee and Beautiful Believer next to us, because it is Women's Motivation Monday, and we're just getting off of Mother's Day.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of women out there that feel like they can't reach their dreams. Maybe it's too late.
Yeah.
Maybe they got too many kids. Maybe they're in a beautiful relationship, but a beautiful an abusive relationship
Oh, beautiful.
or beautiful, hopefully beautiful.
Yeah.
But there's always a roadblock that
Yep.
keeps us from doing the things that we want to do, the things that we feel are our calling. So, do you have any words of any motivation, any words of
Hey,
wisdom?
look, Smile for Smiley, Love Movement. Y'all need to check us out on Facebook. I'm telling you, sisters out there, ain't nowhere to go but up. But you got to get you a good sisterhood now. You got to get sisters that are going to speak wisdom into your life. You
That's
feel
true.
me?
That's very
You
true.
got to be resilient in every walk that you take. Gleams light. I got my
My new
sisters out there.
favorite person.
Look, I got my sisters out there. Y'all ain't got to worry about nothing long as I'm on the scene.
That's what's up. And we need more people like you, honestly.
Amen.
But we're glad to have you, and we're going to
Thank
check you
you.
out on Facebook and Twitter.
Yes.
And we're going to start to have these real conversations
We should.
in our community.
We should.
All right, well, I'm Evelyn Christine. You're listening to Trail for Life Radio. Keep it locked.
Thank you, Trill, for life.
Smile for Smiley.
Glittering the whole time.